Will Smith hurt and embarrassed by Chris Rock's Netflix comments. Will Smith definitely damaged his reputation by slapping Chris Rock at last year's Grammys. Given the reactions to the special Rock did for Netflix, he may single-handedly redeem Will Smith with his own comments. For the first time, Chris Rock directly spoke on Smith hitting him. Not only did he give his response, but he also hurled direct insults at both Will and Jada. Now, Will Smith is upset with Chris Rock once again. Will Smith immediately apologized to the Academy after the Chris Rock incident. The following day, he released a statement to the public. In this statement, Will Smith offered a direct apology to Chris Rock. Along with that, Will Smith called Chris Rock his friend and said he would like to resume their friendship. While Chris Rock didn't respond, his brother, Tony Rock, did. He went as far as to ask Will Smith for a rematch with the entire Rock family.
Okay, guys, that is Will Smith's own response to Chris Rock after the Oscar slap, after he gave him his spank on his cheek. So Will Smith responded to Chris Rock and told him, hey, sorry. He even made a video of it, right? Telling Chris Rock how sorry he is for going about slapping Chris Rock. So he apologized to Chris Rock, but Chris Rock never responded. He never responded back to Will Smith. So then he did a video again where he apologized to Chris Rock. And a lot of people say the apology was just like something like formulated and stuff like that. So let's watch Will Smith's own apology. Then I'm gonna comment back on later and talk about who is right or who is wrong. Because Will Smith is angry at Chris Rock first for not accepting his apology, and second for bashing him on his Netflix special. So let's watch the video and we'll talk later.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like,
Great, like just listening to what Will Smith is saying. He has apologized to Chris Rock, right? And he was waiting for Chris Rock on the response. He wants to talk with him. But the mistake Chris Rock did was he went on Netflix and started batching. You know, I don't know, maybe it's just to make money, or maybe it's to sell his Netflix special, right? At least, even if you respond back to his apologies, right? Will Smith gave his apology almost a year ago. If you respond back to the apology and say, hey, I accept your apology, let's talk as a man. You're two black men. Discuss about it and agree, like, hey, I accept your apologies, but now there is a Netflix special I have to do, right? So let not this one come in public. So there's this Netflix special I have to do, so I'll go about bashing you on the special. Hope you're okay with that. At least we understand, right? You want to sell your Netflix special, you want to get $40 million out of the Netflix special. Good and fine, you can go ahead with it. You know, you can go ahead with it and do it. But at least the thing that I'll say I don't agree with Chris Rock is he needed to respond back to Will Smith's own apologies. Will Smith says he's ready to talk, and that is why Will Smith is angry at him. That's not because of what he said on this Netflix special, but because he hasn't responded back to his apologies. That is the main reason why Will Smith is mad at him. Let's listen to Will Smith again.
um, but I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
You see, if he hangs on, he promised they will be be able to be friends again. They will be able to be friends again. So, as an individual, as a human being, right? Even if money is on the table, at least try to let the person know that, hey, accept the apologies, and I have forgiven you for what you said, for what you did. You understand? But there's this Netflix special they have to do, so I'll talk about it. But hey, don't mind the special because we have already discussed about it. I'll talk about it. It's a way for me to sell the special. At least Wismodun wouldn't have to send this comment that he made on MS and New York Post and MSN Microsoft News. You wouldn't have to do that. You understand? So I think Chris Rock should accept Will Smith's apology and reach out to him. And so let him know that, hey, I'm sorry for talking about you again on the Netflix special. You understand? To try as much as possible and do that. We are all humans and they are all adults. Shouldn't let things divide us apart from each other. The slap has happened. It was painful, and he says, Chris Rock says he won't go about crying about it on opera, but he takes it like Pacquiao. You understand? Takes it like Pacquiao. So Learn to forgive one another, and also learn to move on. Don't let things hold you. You know, we are waiting for Chris Rock response back to Will Smith apology that he did like almost a year ago. Before this one again that is angry at him. Right? If it's to make money on Netflix, yeah, let Will Smith know that, hey Will Smith, I'm doing this thing because I want to make money on Netflix, on the Netflix special. You understand? So I mean, at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe they have discussed about it. You know, maybe they have discussed about it before he even went and did the Netflix special. Maybe they're in good terms and they're just playing us, as William says, propaganda. Whoever makes you is qualified to break you. That is my comment, guys. Thank you.